Ever wondered why the rich get richer and the poor get poorer? It's all about financial habits. Picture a chasm, a grand canyon of sorts, separating those with overflowing coffers from those struggling to make ends meet. This divide isn't a product of sheer luck or happenstance. Rather, it reflects the disparity in financial habits. The wealthy have a knack for managing their money, leveraging strategies often overlooked by others. On the other side, many fall into a cycle of financial missteps, widening the gap. But here's the good news. Understanding these habits is the first step to bridging this financial divide. We're not just talking about saving a few pennies here and there. It's about investing wisely, diversifying income, buying assets that generate more income, mitigating risks, and learning continuously. It's about setting long-term financial goals, using debt strategically, networking, and even engaging in philanthropy. The rich have mastered these habits, and it's time we demystified them for everyone else. So buckle up, folks. We're about to embark on a financial journey, shedding light on the money rules the rich swear by. Let's demystify these habits and level the playing field. First rule of the wealthy. Time is money, literally. Let's delve into the magic of compound interest, a powerful tool that makes your money work for you. Picture compound interest like a snowball rolling down a hill. With each roll, it picks up more snow, growing larger and larger. That's exactly what happens when you invest early. Initial investment is your snowball, and the hill is the time you're giving it to grow. As it rolls down, it accumulates more, thanks to compound interest, which is the interest on your initial investment, plus the interest already earned. Now imagine if you started rolling that snowball down the hill earlier. It would have more time to grow, more time to pick up snow, and by the time it reaches the bottom, it could be a massive pile of wealth. That's the power of investing early. It's like planting a seed and watching it grow into a giant tree. You're not just earning interest on your original investment, but also on the interest you've already earned. So, the earlier you start, the more your money grows. Ever heard the saying, "Don't put all your eggs in one basket"? Well, it's a timeless wisdom that applies perfectly to the world of finance. Diversifying your income sources is like weaving a safety net. It's about not relying on a single stream, but building multiple ones to cushion any potential financial blows. Imagine you're a juggler. The more balls you have in the air, the more chances you have to keep the show going, even if one drops. That's exactly how diverse income sources work. Think of the legendary Warren Buffett, who has invested in a myriad of sectors, from insurance to candy companies, creating a vast income net. Or take J.K. Rowling, who didn't just depend on her Harry Potter books, but also branched out into film rights, merchandise, and even a theme park. It's not about being a jack of all trades, but rather, it's about spreading your opportunities. It could be rental income, dividends from investments, a side business, royalties from a book, or even a blog that generates ad revenue. The more diverse your income sources, the more financially resilient you become. The key is not to rely on a single source of income. The rich don't just earn, they make their money work for them. It's a tantalizing concept, isn't it? This is where income-generating assets come into play. Think of these as your little employees, tirelessly working away, day and night to bring you income. They're the real estate properties that hand you rent checks, the stocks that pay dividends, and the businesses that churn out profits. But here's a twist of irony for you. Not everything that glitters is gold, and not every asset is truly an asset. Remember, assets put money in your pocket. If they're taking money out instead, well, they're more like liabilities in disguise. So that shiny new car, unless it's a taxi, it's probably not an income-generating asset. The key is to discern between what's an asset and what's a liability. Make an art out of acquiring the former, and you'll be one step closer to mastering the money game. Choose assets that put money in your pocket, not take it out. No risk, no reward, right? But the rich know it's about calculated risks. They understand that every financial decision comes with some level of risk. It's like driving a car. There's always a chance of an accident, but we don't stop driving. Instead, we buckle up, follow the rules, and stay alert. Similarly, in finance, the rich don't shy away from risks. They learn about them, measure them, and then take steps to control them. Take the stock market, for instance. It's a roller coaster ride full of ups and downs. But instead of avoiding it altogether, savvy investors diversify their portfolio. They spread their money across different types of investments, reducing the impact if one of them takes a hit. Or consider real estate. Buying property is a big financial commitment with its own risks. But the wealthy don't just jump in blindly. They research the market, pick the right location, and have a financial cushion for unforeseen expenses. It's all about taking educated, calculated risks. It's not about betting the farm on a hunch, but making informed decisions based on research, advice, and experience. They know that risk is part of the game, but they also know how to play it safe. Remember, it's not about avoiding risks, it's about managing them. The rich never stop learning, especially about finances. Just as a chef doesn't stop tasting new cuisines, a financially savvy individual never stops exploring the financial landscape. Imagine a surfer, always on the lookout for the next big wave. Similarly, those who seek financial success are always scanning the horizon for the next big opportunity, the next trend, the next big shift in the market. They understand that the financial world is as dynamic as the ocean, with currents and undercurrents that can change the game in a heartbeat. It's like being in an episode of Game of Thrones, where alliances shift, power dynamics change, and you need to stay on your toes to survive. Except instead of dragons and white walkers, we're dealing with stocks, bonds, and cryptocurrencies. So don't just dip your toes in the water. Dive in! Read books, follow financial news, take online courses, join forums, engage in discussions, surround yourself with knowledge and soak it all in. Remember, in the financial world, knowledge isn't just power, it's the difference between sinking and surfing. So keep learning, because the financial world never stops evolving. The rich are in it for the long haul. This is a mantra that the wealthy live by. They understand the importance of setting and prioritizing long-term financial goals. Consider the story of John D. Rockefeller. Born into a modest family, he had a vision of building an empire in the oil industry. He didn't make his fortune overnight. Instead, he set long-term goals, worked tirelessly, and ultimately founded Standard Oil, one of the most influential companies in history. The same principle applies to your financial journey. It's not about getting rich quick. It's about establishing clear, long-term financial goals and working diligently towards them. Whether it's investing in a retirement fund, saving for a dream home, or starting your own business, it's crucial to have a clear vision of where you want to be financially in the future. Remember, wealth building is not a get-rich-quick scheme. It's a long-term commitment that requires patience, persistence, and discipline. And the wealthy know this. They plan for the future. They invest with a long-term perspective. They understand that financial success doesn't come from short-term wins, but from long-term planning and execution. Set your sights on the future, because financial success is a marathon, not a sprint. Debt, a four-letter word that can be a powerful tool if used correctly. You see, wealthy individuals often use debt strategically, not as a burden but as a lever to unlock opportunities. Let's dive into a case study to illustrate this concept. Consider Jack, a savvy real estate investor. Jack doesn't buy properties with his own money. Instead, he borrows from the bank, using the properties as collateral. This way he can buy multiple properties with the same capital, amplifying his potential returns. When the properties appreciate in value, Jack makes a tidy profit, far exceeding his interest payments. That's strategic use of debt. Similarly, businesses often take on debt to fund expansion projects. Yes, they have to pay interest, but if the project succeeds, the increased profits can more than cover the costs. Of course, these strategies require careful planning and risk assessment. Debt can be like a double-edged sword. If used recklessly, it can lead to financial ruin. But if wielded wisely, it can help you build wealth. So, debt isn't always bad. It's all about how you use it. The rich know the value of a strong network and giving back. In the world of the wealthy, networking isn't just about exchanging business cards at social gatherings. It's about forging connections and building relationships that can open doors to opportunities and mutual growth. Take the story of a successful entrepreneur who didn't just rely on his innovative ideas or hard work. He understood the power of networking, actively seeking out mentors and peers, learning from their experiences and offering his own insights in return. Alongside networking, philanthropy plays a pivotal role. The wealthy know that giving back isn't just about tax deductions. or public relations. It's about making a positive impact, about contributing to the betterment of society. Our entrepreneur, for instance, didn't just amass wealth for himself. He invested in causes he believed in, funding scholarships, supporting local businesses, and contributing to environmental initiatives. This dual strategy of networking and philanthropy not only helps in wealth accumulation but also fosters a sense of fulfillment and purpose. It's about creating a legacy that transcends monetary value. Remember, your network is your net worth, and giving back is the best investment. So, what have we learned today? We've traveled together through the 9 financial strategies that the rich use but are often overlooked by others. Let's take a moment to revisit these strategies one more time, shall we? First, we discovered the power of investing early to leverage the magic of compound interest. The sooner you start, the more time your money has to grow. Next, we delved into the importance of diversifying income sources. Relying on a single source of income is like putting all your eggs in one basket, and we all know how that story ends. Then, we explored the concept of acquiring assets that generate income or appreciate in value. Building wealth is not just about saving, but also about smart spending and investing. We also talked about understanding and mitigating financial risks. Remember, every financial decision carries a certain level of risk, but the key is to manage it strategically. Our journey also took us to the realm of continuous learning. The world of finance and markets is ever evolving, and staying updated is crucial. We discussed the importance of prioritizing long-term financial goals. Short-term gratification can sometimes lead us astray, but keeping our eyes on the prize will guide our financial decisions. Next, we highlighted the strategic use of debt. Yes, debt can be a double-edged sword, but when used wisely, it can be a powerful tool in wealth creation. Finally, we touched on the significance of building and maintaining professional networks and engaging in philanthropy. Remember, wealth is not just about personal gain, but also about contributing to the well-being of others. These strategies are not just for the rich, they are for anyone who desires to build wealth. Start implementing these habits in your financial journey. Remember, it's not about how much you earn, but how you manage it. Start applying these strategies today and see the difference it makes. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more financial insights. Until next time, keep growing your wealth.